randomest hit dials. I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash. They will not stop me.
Coach, it is a perfect night here in the capital city of Atlanta, Georgia. We've got the roof open, and we are ready to go at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport. As both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Let's go!
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Flores throwing to start the drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. And here's Flores to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a third and 10. Looking to throw. Flores. And that will be incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Now they try the right side here. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. To the air, Allen. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Allen now on first down. He completes it to Nelson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Check flag 45. Yo. 52. 45, Mike, 45. Hey, Delta, push him back.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And this is caught at the 8. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Now from the 9, here's second and goal.
56, 56.
Here's Allen to throw it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will take it on out to the 20-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That one, a first down pickup of 8 from the 32 now. Here's first and 10.
I'm going back to you.
A give to Smith out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They're running it.
Flores now looking to throw on second down. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Down 80. Mike, 45. Watch the run. You gonna take.
Now a handoff looking right. He's got the first down inside the 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. To throw is Flores. Off play action. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Back to throw. Flores. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now a handoff here to his running back. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
A gain of 7. First down, New Orleans.
Alert! 97's the mic. You. 97's the mic. 97's the mic. Get that. General Woods.
Right back to Coleman here on first down.
Check one.
Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
He's brought down by Deion Jones.
Yeah, baby.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Falcons' 47-yard line.
The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And now it's 3rd down.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the first half.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Watch quick. Alert! You can't rock me. You can't rock me.
Now Allen. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby. My 5. Come on, D. Take off.
Now Flores off the play fake. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. Now a play fake here on first down. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation, and he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
He's coming. We got double up. 25, check 25.
They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Flores, off play action, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Now Allen. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he gets this one down to the 24. He got 29 yards that time.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On 1st down, it's Nelson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz to try to end the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Mixed score, Saints 14, Falcons nothing.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken short. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Yeah. You don't want none.
And here's Flores. Going to throw again. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Flores now on 3rd down. And this is caught by Jackson. 15 yards, 1st down, Atlanta.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
To throw is Flores. Throwing on 1st down. And an alley to run. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know,
and got his man complete. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 61 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So as they take it over, we step aside. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Here's a 2nd and 7. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, We'll step aside and be right back. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Looking to throw. Flores. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They begin the drive with Coleman. He'll have a first down past the 40. He finds some open field here. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 66 yards for him on the ground. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Saints 28, Falcons 3.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now Flores operating from the gun. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 44. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And we got to get to the ball.
Flores to throw on 2nd down. Open man, Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Mike 5. We own this.
And here's Flores to throw on third down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 45.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 22-yard line.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now a give right side, Coleman. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
There we go. 37's the Mike. Mike 37. Come to my world. We want it. Come to my world.
2nd and 4. That's complete to Arcega-Whiteside. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
That's good for Falcons. First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here we go. 18 Gator. Not for that.
A first down carry for Smith. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. Flores now. On 3rd and 2. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Jadeveon Clowney, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. The Falcons send out their punter. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down, and he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 2 yards on the carry there, it'll be 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
On 2nd down now, it's Nelson. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hey, here we go. I got him. On me.
Here's Allen. He'll find his man on the comeback route, complete. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
All day, baby, all day. Right. He's done.
On 2nd down, it's Nelson. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust? And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Coleman. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
The Saints on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball.
They'll keep it on the ground. Nelson able to spin free. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. And that will go out of the back of the end zone. Way too much mustard. Not a good punt, and it will come out to the 20. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Back to throw. Flores. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one, because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. 2nd and long. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 44. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Bend it. Check 24, check 24. Motion, motion, motion.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 2nd and 6.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. On 3rd down, Smith. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They go play action here on 1st down. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here.
And they will take a knee here. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last point of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no point.